they want to be our go-between. In that sense, that working with pretty much any author is just like working with a glossy 8x10 photograph that you happen to tack up on your wall and your book. And I do have an 8x10 photograph. I'm gonna want you to sign that later. So, I mean, it was roughly the same. I actually, I've known Mac Barnett, the author of Chloe and the Lion, for a long time. So he and I do talk in secret a lot behind the publisher's back, and then, pretend to be surprised when during a conference call the other person, like, brings up one of our ideas to the publisher. We tend to collude like that, but I think Neil and I pretty much played it by the book on this one.
I mean, we actually, okay, so the embarrassing thing is this is kind of the first time we've ever met, but not really.
It's only embarrassing for me.
Because, what year was it that...
I think it was maybe 96.
So, about 1996, a young art student turned up at a signing and gave me a painting of the old Sandman meeting the curvy Sandman. And it was a really good painting, and I remembered it. And it lived at my house. And then in 2004, at the giant art auction for the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund, it went into the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund art auction and fetched a very good price to somebody who didn't know that he was buying an Adam Rex original. And probably still doesn't.
Hopefully still doesn't. It was the best possible ending I think I could have had to that story, because I was actually worried that Neil was going to, dig through his root cellar and actually find this painting, and then it would be on his very well-read blog. And people would be able to see how well I painted circa 1996. But he's saying very nice things about it, but it was probably pretty lousy.
But the smartest thing I did in this collaboration was pick Adam. And who had been sort of, very, very sweetly sending me books and things over the years. So he was absolutely on my radar, and I liked his work. And then once I'd written Chew, I went, well, I need a kind of artist who can do this kind of thing. He has to be able to draw anthropomorphic animals that actually do look like animals, but are also kind of people-y, and they have to be cool, and I want it to be awesome. That's a technical term. So I sort of looked at stuff that Adam had done, and then sent my request to the publisher saying, please, can I have Adam, please? And they said, oh, he's very busy. We'll go and ask him.
And luckily, for both of us, maybe, definitely for me, I mean, Neil was on sort of a short list I keep in my head of authors for whom I would really drop everything, despite how upset it would make my editors at the time. So, I can't remember what other book ended up being really late because of Tuesday, because, I mean, Tuesday did end up being really late too, but yeah, I mean, it was something I didn't expect to ever have happen, because I think Neil probably knows more illustrators than I do, which, illustrators, tend to know each other, so that's saying something. I didn't think it was ever going to happen that he would come calling, but, I'm glad he did.
So am I. And once Tuesday came in and I looked at it, and then we phoned Adam up and said, would you do a sequel? He said yes.
Yeah.
So that's, and honestly, the collaborative process for the first one was I drew it out in my not very good drawings, and then sent it to Adam.
Which most authors are not allowed to do.
I actually couldn't think of a way. I thought either I write a 30,000 word script describing the kind of thing that's happening and the beats for each page, sort of like this giant thing, or I just draw it. So I drew it, I sent it to him. And fortunately, you'll be pleased to hear his drawings are better than... Okay, another